Hey everybody, this is Roberto Blake of robertoblake.com helping you create something awesome today. So today, instead of talking about camera gear, I'm actually going to give you some advice if you happen to be a freelance photographer. Something you guys may not remember, depending on what of my videos you've been watching over the years, is that when I was working my way through college, I was actually working as a freelance photographer. I was actually a photography assistant for one of my professors, and I did actually work at a portrait studio at one point. So going way, way back, and also when I was like a kid and I was 10 years old, I was developing film in the darkroom. And in college, I was like the last person to develop film in the school's darkroom. It was, it was the last hurrah, so to speak, for film. But I actually have some experience with this, and you guys know that I've been successful at marketing, creative services, helping designers, artists, photographers, and entrepreneurs. So I want to kind of use that to give photographers some specific advice, because I know with the changing landscape and with smartphones and with everybody thinking that they're a real photographer now with how cheap cameras are, that it's rough for you guys out there and for you gals out there who are shooting video and photography and you're trying to make a buck, you're trying to make a living at this. Well, there are a couple of things I can tell you that might help you out. First of all, you have to get past the idea of selling art. You're not selling art, you're selling the experience and the results. And what I mean by that is, if you're doing this in the business sector and you're shooting stuff for like real estate agents, you're shooting stuff for small business owners, it's about not just getting them a picture or something that looks gorgeous, it's about getting them a picture that helps them build trust and credibility and have great marketing assets. It's about shooting photos in a way that's going to be great for the person that they hire as a designer or a photo editor. It's going to be able to make a print ad out of that, or going to be able to cut the background out really easily in Photoshop to make their social media graphics. So you need to be thinking, instead of worrying about you don't like to crop, you don't like to do this, you don't like to do that, you really need to be thinking about, what about this photo, especially if you're doing this commercially, puts the client in the position to win and to get money so that they can keep paying you. And that is what matters. The other thing is, this goes back to a little bit of harping on what I just said, but you have to eliminate your personal preferences. You really have to take yourself out of the equation, and you have to think about what is best for the client. What is going to make the client feel like they're having a great experience? What's going to make the client refer you to new customers? You know, that thing that you're trying to do in a really saturated market, you make money, get business, get new contacts. Well, word of mouth still matters, and getting referrals from clients is a long way toward getting that recurring business and making a living off of this. You don't get recurring clients if you're more focused about you than you're focused about delivering for them. And not just delivering the photos and the result, but delivering a quality experience, making them happy to work with you and not feeling like you're a pretentious artist. So attitude and salespersonship has a lot to do with this. It's something I actually have to tell designers a lot, so don't feel like I'm picking on you when I say this. One of the other most important things I can say is, don't be afraid to charge what you're worth. You know what? Cameras and gear are expensive. Charge appropriately for it, especially if you're using higher end gear and you have a body of work that is superior. Don't be afraid to ask for the money that you're worth, and be prepared to have the conversation as to why. And don't make it, like I said, about the artwork and the quality. Make it about how you deliver for the client, how you go the extra mile, what the process looks like, the tangible things that make somebody say, I'm willing to pay more to be comfortable. I'm willing to pay more to feel less anxiety. That matters to the client, not the things that you think matter to you. Those don't usually matter to the client. For them, it's about eliminating stress, anxiety, especially if you're going to justify cost. We pay for convenience. We pay for convenience actually overwhelmingly more than we pay for results. We pay for good experiences a lot more than we pay for good results. It's true. Have backup plans for everything. One of the things I like to use in the field is the Western Digital wireless passport. The reason I use this is because you can just slap an SD card in here and you can go ahead and clone it in the field. If for whatever reason you're shooting on a camera that doesn't have dual card slots, this is great for you. So I would highly recommend taking advantage of that. And this is going to take away some of your anxiety when you're shooting. I know a lot of you focus on the idea of wanting to get it right in the camera, but post-processing matters, and having a unique style, having your own visual style and developing a little bit of brand identity off of that goes a long way in your marketing when you're posting your photos on your website, Facebook, Instagram, other social media, toward making you stand out in a place that's really noisy. So don't be lazy about post-processing and editing. Leverage it as a selling point. justifying your higher price and also to stand out in a really noisy place. Stop worrying about making it perfect in camera and being an artist and romanticizing it, and think about it as a product that you're packaging and that you're selling. Also, as a business model, working with other photographers and taking editing off their plate if they are that get it perfect in camera kind of person and they can let that go and they're willing to pay money to buy back their time, it'd be great for you if you're really good at photo editing to use Lightroom or the old version of Aperture, which they retired, or whatever it is you want to use to go ahead and do the post-processing, and then you can earn revenue off of that without even having to be the shooter. So that's another business model thing you can do, and it'll help you make money, because there are a lot of photographers that just don't want to learn the software or just don't want to spend the time doing it, and you could spend that time and you can make that money. Typically, if you're shooting a big event, it's usually worth it to pay a little bit of money out of pocket to hire a second shooter. It gives you peace of mind, you've got coverage, you can justify a higher price, and then you don't have anxiety about how everything turned out, because if you have a decent second shooter, you'll be covered on everything. And that means you'll have happy customers and you'll have a lot of great shots. Just make sure you're doing right by them. Make sure if they want to use stuff in their portfolio that they can. Just make sure you have everything clearly outlined and that working with them, you have solid communication. Well, that's it for some of my advice for freelance photographers. I'll probably do more videos like this in the future. If you enjoyed this or if you have questions, let me know in the comment section and I'll try and respond to that and get you guys some more videos like this. Anyway, like this video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the other awesome content on the channel. As always, you guys, thanks so very much for watching, and don't forget, create something awesome today.